Hi everybody, welcome to the Baker Airguns Quick Look. I'm Donnie Reed, and today we've got something special here. The FX Impact is one of the most influential, groundbreaking air guns of the 21st century. There's no disputing that. That's not in question. While the Impact has changed over its lifetime, here in 2021, it has received the most drastic changes to date. This gun has now become the FX Impact M3. With more features and more power than ever, has FX given us a better impact? To answer the question, is the new Impact M3 better than previous versions of the Impact? We must first determine what it is that an Impact does so well to begin with. If I were being as succinct as possible, I would say that the FX Impact is a supremely adjustable, supremely accurate, and supremely powerful air gun. So, to be a better Impact, it would have to be more of those things, or better at those things. So, is it? Let's dig in. The new M3 has not one, but two adjustable regulators. Much like the Maverick, the first regulator is meant to step down the bottle pressure so that there's less working pressure against the second regulator, basically making it easier for the second regulator to do its job. This is supposed to improve the longevity of the system as well as decrease your extreme spreads. Now, while both are adjustable, FX recommends leaving the first regulator alone. That's going to come set from the factory, good enough to give you the full working range of your second regulator, and that's where you'll make your adjustments to the second regulator. The M3 also has the new FX Quick Tune system. This comprises a new 16-step macro adjuster for the hammer, a new thumb-operated micro adjuster for all your very fine, I believe they say about 1 to 3 foot per second increments per unit on the micro adjuster. And we also have the new redesigned valve adjuster knob. Now you'll notice there's also some graduations on that micro adjuster. So now you have the ability to set your regulator pressure, and you do need a 2.5 millimeter Allen to do that. But after that, the rest of your tune is done tool free, a completely toolless adjustment from that point. And you have these numbers. You have whatever number is on your macro adjuster, and you can see with the new graduations your adjustment on the micro adjuster. You also have the lines on the valve adjuster, so it's easy to write down a tune and share a tune. And FX says that given there's some variance in guns, gun to guns, slightly different, but sharing a tune with somebody should get you within about 10 feet per second of their velocity. And that's a really cool way to give a basis, at least, for sharing tunes with your friends and whoever. So, is the M3 more adjustable than previous versions? Yes, yes it is. It's also easier. But will it kill an elephant in an armored car? Believe it or not, I get questions not too far from that here at Baker Airguns. The answer is no. No, it will not. It will not shoot through a car. Why do you ask me these things? But I digress. While not capable of ridiculous things, this is the most powerful Impact that has ever existed. The gun has a new 72cc power plenum. We're calling this the Power Plenum 720. And this, combined with some new porting and valving in the gun, delivers more power in any caliber than any impact before it. Now naturally, the maximum power is going to be achieved with the FX Slug Power Kit. And how powerful are we talking here? How about 79 foot-pounds in .22 caliber? No, I did not misspeak. 79 foot-pounds in .22 caliber. That is ludicrous speed.
Now hear this! Ludicrous speed!
Sir, hadn't you better buckle up?
Now buckle this! Ludicrous speed! Go!
So is the new Impact M3 more powerful than previous versions? Yes. Yes, it is. That brings us to the bread and butter. Is the new M3 more accurate than previous versions of the Impact? The answer is I don't know. Don't know, can't tell. Now the reason for this is because of what the FX Impact already was. And that is a sub-MOA gun at 100 yards with proper ammunition in any caliber. I've never tried it with the 177. I'll bet you it'd work, but 22, 25, 30, I've actually never tried this with the 35 either, but any of those three, sub-MOA, 100 yards, any day of the week. Now, how do you improve upon that? Well, I took the M3 out and I did some testing at 100 yards indoors at the Midwest Shooting Center here. Awesome place. If you get the chance, stop in. Now, I tested 3 projectiles. First, I did the factory tune, bone stock, way it came, about 30 foot-pounds with the 18 grain JSBs. I then realized that I didn't bring my chronograph, but I wanted to do some higher powered testing. So what I did was set the regulator to 140 bar. I set the macro adjuster to 16 and maxed out the micro adjuster. I then set the valve adjuster, and even though the valve adjuster only has 4 lines, I put it on the 5th line, meaning the amount of space between the lines that are there, my adjuster was about that much space away from the 4th line on the adjuster. So we have an imaginary 5th line that my valve adjuster was on. And I then tested the FX hybrid slugs as well as the JSB redesigned monsters. What I didn't know was my velocity. I had no idea what my velocity was. I just knew it was high. And we'll talk more about the velocity in a little bit here. But watch this video. This is one average group each with these projectiles at 100 yards indoors. Have a look. there you go. Now, about that velocity, turns out, after I got back to the shop and ran the gun over the chronograph, and I used that same tune for the slugs and for the monsters, turns out that the redesigned monsters were flying at an average of 1,015 feet per second, and the hybrid slugs were an average of 1,047 feet per second. Now that is more than I wanted. I didn't know it was that high. And after doing some testing, this gun, this is the one I used for the testing, and this gun is actually sold. I sold this to a customer. We made an agreement that he let me finish the video with it, and then he bought it as a demo. But I set this gun up to shoot the redesigned monsters at about 40 foot-pounds, and it is a laser. It is probably the most accurate tune that I got out of the gun. I wish I'd have had that for the video, but believe me, properly tuned, you are going to see many in M3 in many inner circle. So, is the M3 more accurate than the previous versions of the Impact? We'll call this a draw. It's at least equally as accurate, and that is saying something. There are a lot of other notable changes and improvements to the M3, and the most obvious of these might be the safety. While it's in the same spot and it moves the same way, you'll find that the fire and safe positions have been swapped. Me, I could care less. I don't like it, I don't dislike it, it doesn't bother me in the least. Some people might care, I'm not one of them. There's also a new third gauge, and obviously this is going to be for the new first regulator. We also have a new oversized charging handle, and this is attached to a new short throw designed lever. What's best of all about it, even though it feels great, I love it, is that you can switch it to either side in about a minute, 2 minutes maybe, tops. Now this is going to please the lefties out there, but righties, I kind of prefer having the left-handed lever, so you know, that option's there for everybody, and that's pretty cool. We also have dual transfer ports on most models, and I believe you'll find a P on one side and an S on the other, meaning pellet or slug, though you use it however you see fit. We also have an updated trigger. We have Wicca manometers, a more premium manometer on the gun, 20 MOA built into the rail, and a whole slew of new accessories coming. Now what's more is the version I've used here for the testing is what's now called the Impact Sniper. This has the 700mm barrel and a new 580cc bottle. That's awesome. I really like that. And in the other versions, you'll find a 600mm barrel with a 480cc bottle, and that's the new standard. And then we have the compact with the 500mm barrel and the 300cc bottle. So we now have the Impact, Compact, Standard, and Sniper. A change that you won't see is that a lot of the machining tolerances have been tightened on the gun, such as the fit between the barrel system and the receiver, as well as some other critical upgrades. And this is all intended to help improve accuracy and function. So, is the new M3 a better Impact? It is more adjustable, it is more powerful, and it's at least as accurate. Probably more. And a better shooter than me might be able to prove that out. So basically, yeah, this is a better Impact. Now, something I've barely touched on here is the myriad, the plethora of new accessories coming for the M3. What kind of accessories? How about a harmonic barrel tuning system? How about an inline barrel chronograph? How about a display screen that goes right here for your FX chronograph? How about some carbon fiber sleeves for the barrel? Tighten things up nice and tight. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. There is so much coming, I can't even remember it all. But this is not a new gun. This is a new system, of which this fine example of a gun makes up the projectile launching component. Wait until you see what's coming. Wait until you see offset gauge block right here for your regulator so you can see it. God, just wait, just wait. Now, I might be a little excited, but I ain't kidding. Wait until you see this stuff. This is an improvement of the highest order. This is something new. And the impact pretty much just makes up a piece of the system. You're gonna love it, guys. Pre-order is the fastest way to get one of these. I know you don't like hearing that, but if you're the guy out there with a pocket full of money, just scouring the internet looking for somebody that has something in stock, dude, you're just making it hard on yourself. Pre-order one, get your place in line before somebody else does and just makes your wait longer. You can get these pre-ordered on bakerairguns.com. I thank you for watching, and you guys stay tuned, stay safe, and happy shooting.
Hi, I'm Dennis Baker with Baker Airguns. Thanks for stopping by. Click the link below.